Find a posture that's comfortable and alert. Rest your hands and your eyes as you will. Check in with some breaths or other grounding. Feel your breath from the moment it arises until it evaporates. Feel the sensation of sitting or standing. Notice the ground and weight of your body. Bring your attention into your body. Be relaxed, easy-minded, and steady. Be present with the fullness of your sensory experience. Observe every time you notice an awareness of a sensory experience by saying to yourself, as the case may be, seeing, hearing, feeling, or touching, tasting, smelling, thinking. Notice the data points of sensation as punctuations in your awareness. Notice each tone in its constituent raw part as it is arising. Any pre-conceptual quality. Avoid labeling a conditioned object. For example, when sensing sounds, note rattle, hum, grind, instead of furnace or truck. Here are some additional notes on sixth sense noting. Thinking is a sensory experience, no different than any physical sensation. When you understand this, mindfulness meditation makes so much sense. Thoughts are contents of consciousness that are shifting and moving and passing through us on their own. Realizing this is a key to liberation from being identified with your thoughts. When you become aware you are having a thought, imagine you are witnessing yourself in that thought. You are sitting in a movie theater and seeing a scene of yourself on a large screen, doing whatever you are doing. You are aware that you are thinking of that memory or story, and instead of being embedded in it, you have some distance. This is your meta-awareness. This technique is also called third-person visualization. When feeling anxious, recall it like you were watching a movie of that peaceful time you were outside, by a lake, or amongst trees or a forest, maybe walking with a dog, or your partner, or friend. Next, feeling and touch are the same sense. Feel the touch of your seat or your legs, whatever is touching the ground. Simultaneously feel the weight of gravity's pull and recognize that it keeps you steady. Feel your arms or hands against a surface and the touch of tapping your fingers lightly. Dissolve the image you have of the shape of your hand. Can you feel each tap as a basic tonal punctuation on a field of awareness? Noting each passing sensation as a data point on an infinitely large plane or sphere. Hearing. Notice how every sound arrives on its own, without you doing anything, and sustains and decays for not a moment longer than it naturally persists. You're not hearing a bell, but rather tintinnabulations, such as chime, ring, tinkle, ding, bong, ping. Recognizing that sound just arises is mindfulness of hearing. Seeing happens with your eyes open or closed. Seeing is the sense most identified with your ego. When seeing a speeding car as you cross the road, note shiny, moving, red. Not, I wish that were mine. Notice if feelings arise as you cross the road, such as, be careful. Now pause and close your eyes and look into the cloudy field of vision. You may see shadow, light, swirl, sparkle, constellation, imagery, visuals, or symbols. Be curious when extending what you experience in sight. Taste and smell. Notice how your body reacts when your tongue tastes residue from a meal or a snack. When you remember the scent of a cookie and the taste of chocolate, that is mindfulness of thought, and that is always okay to be mindful of to cultivate a positive mind state. The sense of distaste is a feeling of disgust, and dissmell a feeling of contempt. Those two sensations are known as siblings, and both involve aversion to something offensive. They evolved for survival to protect organisms from ingesting or touching noxious objects that could threaten health or life. Breathing can correlate with multiple senses in a moment. Have your breath guide through your senses. You may note feeling when the air expands your belly and touches your internal organs. You may note hearing from the hiss of an exhale. You may smell food cooking on the stove and note there is a delicious scent. In winter, you may note seeing as you observe a frosty cloud exiting the mouth, and may say there is touch when you feel cool air against your nose or lips. Noting your breath is a mindfulness double whammy. It sustains concentration with an anchor, in this case breathing, and allows you to engage directly with a sensory experience. Contemplative fitness and neurosurgery, indeed.